Start? Sure. Okay.
All right, get started.
Yeah.
Today is Wednesday, May 2nd, 2012. It's about 1:33 p.m. And this is bargaining session 10. Originally this was scheduled for earlier in April, but we postponed that because you guys wanted the chance to speak with council. And as I understand it, you've had that opportunity. The city's had that opportunity as well. So let's just pick up there. The city had a best and final on the table, and really the decision was, is that something you wanted to today or not? So,
yeah, we did. Before we go with that, did you hear of any, what was the feedback or anything you got from council? Is there any?
What I can, well, executive sessions are closed by statute and all that, but the general sense is right now there's no changes to the...
There's no changes.
Right, to the proposals that I had on the table prior to our meeting.
Okay, none at all.
Not at all.
Okay.
No, since you asked it that way, if we do TA, I did have to change some dates, only because another 6 weeks has passed since some of this was on the table.
I understand.
That's all, so just date changes.
Okay, but there aren't any other...
No substantive changes, no different benefits, nothing added, nothing taken away.
Okay, we'll call a caucus.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Then we will, should we wait outside, or is it going to be a few minutes?
I will say it'll be a few minutes.
All right, 37419.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you soon. Okay, it's 2 o'clock. We're back to the caucus. What say you?
I wanted to touch base on a couple things here. Understand where your best and final is. Looking at a possible, I don't know what you would call it, I would call it a trade. There's obviously several things that have happened recently statewide with the drug testing.
Let me stop you right there. That was an effort by the governor to test everyone.
Right.
And that is just, we know that's unconstitutional.
Right.
But I have precedent that there are plenty of court cases out there that safety individuals are exempt, really exempt from that. And it's not illegal to test police and fire around. Just so that. Sorry for my.
That's okay. No, I understand. We went over that before. I know that. And one of the things that I wanted to look at, if you want to call it look at, in lieu of the random drug testing, we give you the 14 to 7 day work cycle and leave the reasonable suspicion in place, and take the 14 to 7 day work cycle away.
Okay, so leave it. So really, you're talking about just status quo.
Yes,
On that, so it's
exactly.
all it really would be.
Status quo on the random drug testing, and because from what I'm gathering in conversation, the 48-hour work week is just too expensive.
All right, so your counter, I guess, on the drug testing
Sure.
would be, let's just keep it at status quo, which
Yes.
is essentially reasonable suspicion. There wouldn't be any, then there would be no need for the 8 hours personal leave.
Exactly.
And we take off the reduction from the 14 to 7 day
Yes.
cycle.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Is that it? Or are there more?
I
can't,
And one other one with that, if possible,
let's get it all out.
yes, would be the, just to keep retention article closed. At this time.
Full furniture.
Well, forever be great, yeah. Forever be great. And that's, yeah.
Be nice for all of us,
I
since
know,
we have
right.
pensions too, but,
Right. And that's
that's essentially it.
Yes.
Okay, I can't comment at this very second.
Right.
But if you give us a little bit of time.
Sure. Sure.
Make some phone calls.
Okay.
Are you pressed for time at all?
We'll be here.
No, we're good.
We'll be here.
Okay.
All right.
All right, another caucus, 2:05. We'll just come up.
Okay.
We'll not
Over here. Yeah.
Okay, all right, thanks, guys.
All right. We played it back, erased it.
Anything good?
Yeah.
How much mumbling, how many ahs and ums?
Just ready for the comments.
Alright. Let's try this again, we're back from topic number 2, it's 223. And the city's position at this time is, there is two parts to it. One is proposals for a 3-year agreement as they've always been, not accepting or change to the status quo in the drug testing and not keeping the pension closed, one but open for a 3-year agreement. Okay. Option 2 would be a 1-year agreement. It essentially would only cover 2012. What's left in 2012. And that would be completely status quo, except for, of course, keeping the pension open. You would get your steps,
Okay.
for 212, keep the pension open, and all those other things would be off the table. The life insurance, EMT paving, pension was off the table, all those things.
And this is the second option with the 1 year.
It is just really to
Status quo.
get us off of 2012. Yeah, physical exams would be included with all the new changes we made though.
Okay, so steps would be?
Yeah, we'll do it in order. Steps, yes,
No GWI.
no GWI. Physical exams, yes, but with all the things that we negotiated, meaning that checklist.
New language.
Yeah, and the ability for employees to go to their own doctor.
Right.
Okay. Drug testing, no.
Status on drugs.
Yeah, status quo on drug testing. So that means no random, it would be suspicion only. And that of course means then no 14-day cycle, no need to do that, and no, obviously we're at the 8 hours.
Right. No boots.
Time on. No boots. No EMT pay, or I should say not, that's not accurate. You still get
Not
your EMT,
pensionable.
it's not pensionable.
Chris, just for clarification, what portion of the EMT pay was pension?
That was the $32 certification pay. That was 32 per pay period.
Life insurance would be no.
Status quo on that.
Everyone in the city has the same-sex benefits, they would be included.
Same-sex benefits would be included
Okay.
in that.
And you want to keep the pension article.
Would be open to the rest of 12.
Right.
It's going to happen as well.
And
The drop is off the table.
the drop is off.
Yes, status quo.
Okay. Holiday storage off.
Holiday storage off, correct? Now, I do have actual written proposals for all of that. I didn't want to print them out and plug them up here if that wasn't even an option for you guys.
Okay.
So I have them and we can sign those today if you want to go ahead and agree to that.
Yeah, I want to touch base again on all of this again. 1 year, basically through 212.
Correct?
Keep the steps in place
Correct?
with the 0% GWI.
Correct?
New physical language.
Yes.
No drug testing, it would be back to reasonable suspicion, which is status quo.
Yeah, status quo, reasonable suspicion only.
No 14 to 7 day.
Correct?
No boots. The EMT pensionable would not be there. The life insurance extension,
Well, it was an increase to give you up to
whatever you had, your base pay. Right. Would be no. Yes on the same-sex partner insurance benefits.
Correct?
The pension would remain open, but
What would you like to be doing on 1 as well then?
and the drop would be off the table.
Well,
Meaning,
well, a correction on the pension. It would be status quo.
status quo.
And in 11, it's
Right.
it's zippered. So, I'm sorry, it would
Right.
be zippered. Not that it makes a difference.
Pension
anyway.
status, right. Drop from 5 to 7 would be stay at 5, basically,
Stays at
correct?
5.
Stays at 5. As far as the drop goes, 5 years, how will that, or as far as the captains of DC's contract, honoring that being in their contract, what would be the,
The net effect of that would be that we can't have 2, so since it would be, that would put our 175 money in jeopardy, and you couldn't do it anyway with the state, wouldn't let us have 2 separate plans. That would mean the end of the 7-year drop down for captains of DC, so they would drop back to the 5-year.
and you would impact bargain?
If you can identify, it burdens on the union.
Correct.
But identify the impact and up to you to come up with proposals to rectify that or to correct.
The captains of DCs have already negotiated and ratified that. And they're using place, I don't see how that would be appropriate.
Call it conference on this.
Take that up with the judge.
Am I not?
Okay, we'll call it caucus. Okay, thank you.
Where to find us? It's 2:30,
2719?
7419.
7419.
See you soon.
All right.
But you guys need to.
Negotiations. That's what we're doing.
It is. All right, we're back from caucus number 2 or 3.
You got me.
Caucus number 3.
Okay, after our caucus, we looked at your offer regarding the 1-year contract,
Right?
okay? And due to economy, the raises or lack of in the last few years, several years actually, and things of that nature, we would, we're looking at status quo on the steps, which would still be in place, down the list that we went over, and keeping the drop on the table and status quo on the physical. Okay. That will that's our change to your, that's our counter to your offer.
Okay, and, no, is the short answer. I don't mean to sound hurt about that, but it was one or the other.
Right,
The offer is one or the other.
With that being said, keeping the drop on the table and going with the physicals, the new language, the latest proposal on the table. In other words, keeping the drop 5 to 7 in place, in line with DCs, captains, DCs, and accepting the new proposal on the physical language. Okay.
The DCs received the drop extension in lieu of the raise for 2012.
Right.
Was the way it was written.
Sorry, let me understand. The one, you want your second counter.
Second counter, 1 year.
Agreement with
New
our
language,
physicals.
with new language in the physicals, everything status quo, except for the same-sex partner, and keep the drop 5 to 7. Okay.
And again, for the same reason, let's just close out 12. We want to open up everything to 13. What is the 5? That makes it pretty much another open up everything to 13.
Okay. We're going to call a conference. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Still 250. Just give me a call.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Back from caucus 59. 310. Put back on the record.
Hi there.
Hi.
Couple things I wanted to touch base on.
Okay.
Your two offers, which were the original one that was on the table, and then your second one with the 1-year contract. And from what I gather, you or the city would not be even considering a 2-year contract at this time.
No, it's the 1 year or
The 3 or the 1, but not the 2. Okay, with the physical language in place, reopen in 13 and a 5 to 7 year place. So they would not be in favor of
a 2 year.
a 2 year.
No,
Absolutely not. No. The 3-year, the big concern, and I think I shared this with you, one of the big concerns obviously is the pension of the
Right.
and I have to think to a point that what went on at the initial, or the first impasse, I should say, was there were some changes to it, and I've been doing a lot of talking with a lot of the members and whatnot, and where things are at. With that being said, I'm looking back at a couple of things regarding our best and final as well, which was basically status quo on everything. I'm probably going to talk with the team again here in a minute on that. I just wanted to throw that 2 year out to see if that was something that you would consider. But if that's not...
Okay, best and final. Your best and final was status quo for 2012.
I believe...
You've done it like that.
I believe that's what it was.
It was a 2 year.
It was a 2 year, yes. 2 year for status quo.
Now, if we're going to do status quo, we just want to deal with fiscal year 12.
Here it is. It was 2 year, and it had the 2% from 2013.
Oh,
And then,
Right. We go through the things too, if you want to make sure we're clear.
I have that.
right, and then there was, that the MOU for the drop extension from 5 to 7 was in there as
Right.
well.
So that's not necessarily status quo.
That's why I asked him to read, talk about what our best and final was.
Yeah, there it is right there, yeah. that's something that you're not,
No, the city, this time. We'll say no to that, and essentially the two offers that we presented are what's available to you.
okay. I'm gonna go to the second offer again, just to make sure I have it.
Okay.
After we talk about,
Go ahead and tell you what the second offer is on. Make sure I get all the notes right.
okay, 1-year offer.
Chris, were you going to explain your second offer, the one you were doing?
1-year offer to close out fiscal year 12. Steps would be included, 0% GWI. The EMT portion would not be pensionable. The life insurance would be status quo. Boot reimbursement status quo, which is right now at $150. There wouldn't be a $300 portion for that. We would allow on the physical exams to allow those that don't want to do the life scan to be able to go to their own.
So it would be the new language.
Yeah, new language for physical exams. Drug-free would be status quo, meaning just reasonable suspicion only, as it had been for years. I'm not sure I'm even remembering all these right now. The pension would be closed for FY12. There would be no increase in the holiday storage. That would remain at the 120 hours. Drop the status quo, correct, for 5 years. Same-sex benefits would be extended to a membership. Just with a caveat on that though, by the time we could actually get with the provider and get all that in place, it probably wouldn't be till close to the end of fiscal year 12 or even the beginning of 13, but it would be in place as soon as the benefits office could get it in place.
And that was all of them?
Pension status quo, job status quo, all of those things. Correct.
Work week would be the same, work week and overtime would be status quo.
Yeah, work week and overtime, you would, right, because we wouldn't change it, do anything to a drug-free workplace, it's still going to be a 14-day cycle as is current, and there'd be no reason to get 8 hours off because you won't be randomly tested. So that's just take care of that.
Oh, we're gonna call profit, sorry.
Okay. It's 15. Okay, we're back.
We're back.
337. What do you have to
Okay.
say for yourself?
I want to go back to with what's gone on today. I mean, with the new offer, the 1-year proposal, and the 3 The one-year proposal, we feel the captain's DCs as far as the drop, you know, that's ongoing.
Yeah, that would be an issue.
I'm going back to the 3-year proposal, which is the, we countered with the 14 to 7 day, removing that, and you removing the, going back to reasonable suspicion as far as that goes. There's several other angles in here that basically I'd like to look at some more. With the 1-year possibility now on the table, I didn't realize that was a possibility before. It's something now you're looking at, or we're looking at, and with that, the 3-year drop is something, or the 3-year contract, the proposal is something where, you know, we'd like to look at more with some other options in there. Obviously, I understand you don't want to do the drug-free workplace for a 14 to 7 day, but I didn't realize till now, till today, obviously, that there was a possibility of a 1-year plan as well. So, with that being said, I'm going to go back and look at this and see the other angles. And that's where it's going to be this time, as far as, you know, we had our proposal on the table with the status quo, and I know it did include the 5 to 7 year drop, and that's something that you're not, you know, looking at, basically not looking at going with it this time.
Yeah. And I understand, but just understand that neither of those are likely to change at all. It's going to be a 3-year, as has been proposed, or a 1-year as proposed today. At some point, you're going to, well, you should give the employees the opportunity to decide that. So,
I'll look at this and make that decision, and we'll get back with you.
okay, so what can we look at for a time frame?
Let's see, tomorrow, it would be middle to end of next week, if that's okay?
Okay, should be.
We'll shoot for that, okay?
Okay.
And, it's 20 to 4 now.
Okay. So that wraps it up.
That wraps it up,
Okay.
okay?
And
We'll get
Session
doing
number
it
10.